C'è una domanda per Christopher Meloni. Volevo sapere, visto che dopo 10 anni che interpreta questo ruolo, cos'è che ama e cos'è che non ama del suo personaggio, e poi visto che prima si parlava appunto degli uomini che in pochi, secondo quello che si dice, guardano Sex and the City, lei lo ha guardato, le piaceva? Cosa ci può dire di questo? Grazie.
What I can say about Sex and the City is I don't watch it. I know most of the actors on the show, and I know how accomplished and wonderful they are. A few I've worked with personally, so I can attest to that. Outside of that, you know, there's got to be something going on because it really is so popular. You know, I know Kim, so great show. What can I tell you? I just don't watch much TV. That's
you don't have any time.
Thanks for bailing me out. I really don't have time.
No, it's true.
I'm far too busy.
Well, you have kids, and you have how many? 18-hour days on the show? You must. It's really.
Yeah.
But there are DVDs.
Thank you. Okay.
There are DVDs, and there will be DVDs at home waiting for you.
Thank you. I need education. I'm not
just
afraid
buy them
to say
for your
that.
wife.
The things I like most about my character is and Kim touched upon this, the idea of evolution, that you know, if you have a smart writer, head writer, and you have invested actors, which we still continue to do 9 years later, you know, you're always looking for the new place to go. Where does the character naturally have to go? Whether it's a downturn and a de-evolution, or whether it's an evolutionary track, and and even, you know, things can hit a dead end, and like life, sometimes you just you're in the pits, you're in a place of I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where to go, and you know, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, turn around, and go someplace else. And at this juncture, I think he's in a place, going up. He's in a place of kind of evolving, because I think he's found that, as you know, someone else asked, this visceral, angry, nothing is ever enough, because, you know, if your goal is justice, well, that's great, but this is life, and in the end, you may have justice in this one day, in this 1 hour, but the next time there's going to be another thing that is unjust, and you try, you know, if you keep carrying these burdens, you'll never get finished. It's just the human condition. So, you know, I think he is finding. I think I'll be playing the Zen detective. I mean, and then I'll punch the guy in the face. So that's what I like about the characters. That, you know, I do feel as though everyone's on board for a new evolution towards pushing him forward. The things I don't like, you know, the hours, but that's not about the character. That's just about the nature of the beast. You know, I still love everybody. I love the crew. I could do a little with the political battles, but that's just, again, the nature of the beast, because, as was again touched upon earlier, there are 100 chefs in that kitchen. So, you know, look, it's a darn good job, and it's a darn good life. I was on top of a castle, a 13th century castle, last night with a Roman breeze blowing through what little hair I have left. You know, I'm not complaining.
L'ultima domanda, prego.
Salve, Sabrina Lugetti, Proiezioni Mentali e Lametino. Voi siete entrambi protagonisti di serie che trattano argomenti controversi o molto forti. Quindi quello che vi volevo chiedere è, secondo voi, quando queste vostre serie smettono di essere intrattenimento per il pubblico e cominciano ad essere di interesse sociale più forte, insomma, più importante? Grazie.
To both of us, or
Yes.
to me specifically?
Yes, to both.
Both. Okay. Sex and the City is a half-hour comedy on HBO. I think that it is entertainment, foremost. Most importantly, it's entertainment. but I think it resonates and it has become a zeitgeist, and I think unintentionally so. HBO was a network which was considered the guys' network. It was about fights and spectacles. It was for male comics, Larry Sanders, all of these, Brian Benben, all of these sort of male-oriented shows that were put together by Gary Shandling or John Landis. And that was kind of the bent. And then this little show came along, and they took a long time to pick it up after we did the pilot. And then what ensued was just really the truth of what was going on, and for women. And I think that in some ways became political, incorrect or correct. That was outside of the box. And I think it's because it was just different, and it was an unheard voice. I think that it has really defined post-feminism. And I think some people don't like that, and some people do. But that's what entertainment can do in the sense of a message. And hopefully it will find an audience, and people will, if they don't like it, at least talk about it or address it. And I guess that's political, but it was never intended that way. It was intended as pure entertainment and the voice of these four women as one complete woman. I think what an audience does with an entertainment is their business. You keep bringing out the scripts and being true to the characters, and the audience interprets it from there. I think part of the controversy has been, well, we burned our bras and, we wanted equal rights, and now it's all about shopping labels. But maybe that's where we are right now. Maybe we are just exposing in a very specific way what the beat is on the street. And that's worthwhile too, as a positive and a negative thing. So I guess it has become political, but it was always intended as entertainment.
I intended my job to be entertainment, and it turned into a much different beast, both personally and professionally. Personally, well, I'll start with professionally. Our show deals with sex crimes, and one of the greatest weapons that sexual predators and sexual abuse, be it in adulthood or childhood, is the idea of shame. Because as Kim touched on, in America, no one wants to talk about sex. It's kind of an uncomfortable subject, but especially when it's illicit, when a professional manipulator, predator, basically takes something that is not theirs to take, and it's really kind of part of your soul, your sexual being. And I've had more people come up to me, hug me, cry on my shoulder than I ever thought would or dreamt would happen, and it's been male and female, whether they were victims of rape or whether they were victims of child abuse. And one of the main messages that they impart to me is that your show helped me make that transition from abuse victim to abuse survivor. Because the idea of shame, we've often said this, we're trying to shed light in very dark places. And, that's empowering to people, that it's, A, I'm not alone, B, it wasn't my fault, C, that there are people out there that care, and we've had sex detectives, special victim unit cops come up to us and say, your show has made our job so much easier, because people go, oh my God, you're those guys on TV. Now I feel safe because I know they're the good guys, so you must be the good guys if you're here to help. And so we've really, I feel we've really helped. I know we've communicated to people the idea that it's no longer anything to be ashamed of. But number two, we've kind of reached out to the community. My wife and I are involved personally in sexual abuse centers at various hospitals. My co-star Mariska Hargitay set up her own foundation called Joyful Heart, and it helps heal survivors of rape or child abuse. So, you know, it's enlightened us. Hopefully, parts of the society have been enlightened. So it's been a very empowering, unbelievable journey. It's really been great.
A noi non resta che ringraziare Christopher